The half-moon cast enough light to silhouette the dark hull of the newly completed ship, still sitting on the erection supports. Lieutenant Ian Thompson stood completely shadowed by darkness, which suited his mood. He shook his head doubtfully while he contemplated his first command. Out of water, the ship looked large and formidable, but Ian knew better. Even though the press praised Canada's war efforts and had built significant expectations into this small warship, Ian knew the reality. His ship, a corvette, was designed with mass production in mind. It was based on the plans of the Southern Pride, a whale catcher. But this ship would have to do a lot more than catch whales. It was less than 1 year since Canada joined Britain in declaring war on Germany. Canada's navy was to expand on a modest scale, and the corvette would have a key role. Originally, the corvette was to be used mainly for operations along the North American seaboard, but that idea had been tossed out the window. Now it was apparent this coastal warship would be used operationally in the Atlantic. Ian had no doubt the corvette could withstand harsh conditions. Whalers had proven it. But it was meant to be a coastal ship, and plying the North Atlantic would truly be an ordeal. The German Navy, or Kriegsmarine, had made a strategic move in the last 2 months of June and July, sending U-boats into the Atlantic away from coastal Royal Navy patrols of ships and aircraft. Reports were coming in that pointed to new tactics, with multiple U-boats involved in an attack. Ian believed all along the North Atlantic would be where the war would be won or lost. It was all about supplies, and getting those supplies to Great Britain. It seemed so obvious to Ian. The island needed to import 70% of its food supply, not to mention industrial metals and fuel. He understood that without Britain as a base, it would not be possible to launch an effective attack on Europe. In his view, the politicians and the Navy brass failed in their assessment of the U-boat threat. In 1936, 40 countries, including Germany, had signed the London Naval Treaty, which encompassed a protocol banning unrestricted submarine warfare. It was Commodore Percy Nellis who said, "If international law is complied with, submarine attacks should not prove serious." How fucking naive, thought Ian. Idealism ruled in the conference room, but reality ruled on the seas. Reality struck hard, with the first submarine attack occurring within hours of Britain declaring war. The transatlantic liner SS Athena, an unarmed civilian ship with 1,400 passengers, was sunk. Scheiß drauf was the expression Ian learned while in Germany in 1936. This is what the Nazis thought of the London Protocol. They shit on it. Wrenching his thoughts back to the present, Ian exhaled deeply. "Sweet Mother of Jesus," he muttered. This corvette, at 950 tons, 205 feet long and 33 feet wide, with a rounded hull, would bob like a cork in rough seas. A 4-inch pop gun on the front and depth charges on the back did not give him any comfort. The corvette was designed and built as a jack-of-all-trades, fitted with mine-sweeping equipment, the most basic ASDIC sonar, already considered out of date, no radio telephone, and a bloody single magnetic compass. This ship was ill-fitted to make a significant difference, or even defend itself. "Bloody hell," he exclaimed sarcastically. A 2,750 horsepower reciprocating steam engine and a single screw with a top speed of 16 knots. It was a ship considered fast enough and good enough, but Ian had his doubts. He felt it was unrealistic to think the corvette could run down a U-boat when they had a higher speed on the surface and could outrun him. Fast enough and good enough for what?